Alright everyone, it's garden update time featuring massive Swiss chard and collards, beets, everything else. I've done some weeding but not completely. And I did here where the Brussels sprouts were going to be, those 3 rows, they didn't come up at all. The seed was too old, so I just decided, fuck it. I'm going to put some morning glories in basically. Here, in this troubled bed, nonetheless, all those greens back there are looking really good. Mustard, lettuce, spinach. So those will probably be really great. And there are a bunch of cabbages, actually. I did manage to weed around them enough to keep them alive, for the next week or so. And then I'll weed more thoroughly after that. As for the turnips, that are impossible to kill, of course, those are doing well. There's going to be a lot of those. They'll probably be huge. And the peppers are a little bit iffy. Now they've got what looks like some sort of issues, but I'll see what I can do. But the tomatoes are good. These are going really well, and I actually found out why this tomato looks different. It's not deformed or diseased, it's a different kind of tomato that I accidentally got with the actual cherry. So I've only got one cherry tomato. This one is if I remember correctly, a husky cherry red, which is a slightly different variety from the super red. I mean, from the super cherry. And here there are corn and beans coming up. Actually, they are pushing up through the soil all over the place. Like here, that's a bean plant, sort of pushing up through. This is a little corn seedling. There are also some sunflowers. I'm going to leave them there because who cares? I like sunflowers, have 2 or 3 of them scattered throughout the garden. The onions, I ended up removing 2 of them because they didn't come up. Otherwise, they're all ready to go. They're all perfect. I have lots and lots of onion. Here, I'm not sure that any of the asparagus actually made it. I think I did something slightly wrong. I'm not exactly sure. Either that or the rootstock was dead to begin with. But I do have a bunch of Nicotiana coming up, along with the flowers that I planted, the secret surprise flowers, basically. And as for the perennial beds, those are looking good. The herbs are looking good. Like, really good. Like as in, I wish that I had done every bed this way, basically. Almost no weeding responsible to do, and, everything's basically perfect. The carrots are coming up really well, too. You can see all the little carrots down there. And as for the back bed, let's briefly look at that maybe. And you're probably hearing birds and engines, people talking, the cat sneezing. A little bit of everything at the moment. Idiot with the motorcycle, basically. Look at that. It just got done raining really heavily for almost 24 hours, so everything is just getting some sun into it. This is peak greenness. This is what Vermont looks like for a few weeks out of the year. Yeah, actually looks pretty good now, doesn't it? Look at the size of this this rhubarb leaf. I can't wait to eat that. I had some strawberry rhubarb earlier. It was pretty good. Thankfully, the Oriental poppy did actually come back. I expected it to die. There's still a little bit of weeding to do back here, but not much. For the most part, it's done. I know there's a few patches in there. It doesn't really matter too much, though. At this point, I've gotten about 99% of the weeds out. So, yeah, everything's going pretty well. That's about all. Peace out.